over 14 times, new record in NASDAQ, and the S&P 500 and the Dow Jones are going to be, I mean, the way they're going, it looks like they're just about going to be topping records hopefully soon. Excuse me?
What's going on, Mr. President? What's happening?
Ladies and gentlemen, we are uncertain as to what's going on here. The President of the United States has just been ushered out of the briefing room. We are going to go to a break right now. We're going to try to figure out what's going on here. We'll come back and try to see what information we can get you, if any. The Chris Salcedo Show here on Newsmax TV. Be right back. All right, folks, welcome back. You're looking outside right now, outside of the briefing room. I believe that is what the picture on your screen is. There was we're being told some sort of disturbance outside. We believe it was Secret Service agents or an agent that walked into the White House briefing room as the president was about ready to deliver some sort of a briefing, and he was something was uttered to him, and then he was ushered straight away. You know what? I was hearing something in my earpiece, and I couldn't make out. I said, "Who's in there talking?" While the president of the United States is giving his briefing. And guys, I don't know in the control room if we can re-cue what we just saw. But as soon as you guys have that, so we can, in case folks are just tuning in right now, we can re-cue that and show the folks what's going on. You see a lot of the folks in the press corps looking outside at some sort of a disturbance. Everybody's trying to get a gander. Well, frankly, so are we, trying to get a gander at what's happening out there. An incident that was grave enough for the President of the United States to be ushered out of the briefing room. Guys, what is that? Was that one more time? We have to do what now? Okay, we're going to stay with this shot right now. That is the White House briefing room. In case you're just tuning in, the President of the United States stepped out there on the podium, and we went to him as we normally do here on the Chris Salcedo Show when he has some information to pass on to the country. He started speaking, started talking about some economic activity that the Dow Jones 30 Industrials up 50% since March. Was marveling at how the recovery, despite Democrats' best efforts, was attempting to happen. And then we could hear in our earpiece, we could hear some audio coming through, some sort of commotion going on in the background. Secret Service steps in, says, "I'm imagining, Mr. President, you're going to have to come with us." President didn't even say, "Excuse me." He just turned and walked straight out. And then the shutters started flickering, and cameras started watching the president as he exited the room. And again, the White House press corps seemed, boy, no social distancing there either, I'm noticing. I guess this is one of those times when social distancing doesn't matter. Maybe they're all wearing their masks. I can't tell from my vantage point right here. But they're trying to see what's happening outside of the White House, outside of the press briefing room at this point. So it's conjecture on our part, I should say, that what is happening outside may have had something to do with President Trump being ushered out of the briefing room. And that's about all we know right now here on the Chris Salcedo Show. Guys, anything else we can show the folks other than the briefing room? Do we have any of that tape queued up so we can at least see the president moving out? Okay, understood. Understood. Well, I guess there's never a slow news day in the Trump administration, kids, and this is another one of those days. President of the United States just stepping up to the podium, giving a briefing, as he has so many times. This time he started out on an economic note, not so much on the China virus. And then in the midst of his comments, we could all make out something in the background. Somebody's voice, I heard a female voice and I heard a male voice talking, and I was thinking to myself, who in the press corps is being so rude as to talk while the president is giving his briefing? And it ended up, I'm speculating now, ended up being somebody who was watching something going on outside. Well, okay, guys, okay, folks, we're getting word the White House has been locked down for, again, we don't know why. Again, it would be speculation on my part to figure out what is going on here or give you a reason why. But the president, it was dangerous enough for the Secret Service to say, okay, it's getting a little too squirrely for our liking, so we're going to take the president out of the briefing room. He was escorted out in the middle of his comments today as the White House press corps sat there stunned, a little bit surprised, and you could see them at one point gathering around that door that is screened right up toward the front of the podium where the president would normally stand. And they were marveling and gawking at something going on outside. And it was serious enough for the President of the United States to be ushered out of the press briefing today. So not exactly sure what's going on other than the fact that we know the White House right now is on lockdown. And that's all the information we have here on the Chris Salcedo Show. And again, never a dull moment with this president. Let me look forward to what you're going to be seeing here on Newsmax TV in the coming minutes. Of course, you'll get your update on Wall Street coming up. Also, Sean Spicer and Company come on after the Chris Salcedo Show. And Spicer and Company, they're going to be sitting down with Mike Pompeo. Mike Pompeo will be giving, hold on a second. Okay. All right. Okay. So you can see Fox News' John Roberts standing up, giving a briefing right now to the folks over across the way on the cable dial. It looks like there's a disturbance over in Lafayette Park right now. That's what I'm being told by the control room here at Newsmax TV. A disturbance, some sort of commotion. Now, look, the last time well, wait a minute. Hold on. The president is coming back out. Let's go live to the White House briefing room and listen to what the president has to say.
So thank you very much. Sorry for that. There was a shooting outside of the White House and seems to be very well under control. I'd like to thank the Secret Service for doing their always quick and very effective work. But there was an actual shooting, and somebody's been taken to the hospital. I don't know the condition of the person. It seems that the person was shot by Secret Service. So we'll see what happens. And yeah, did you have something?
Do you have details about the shooting? Were they targeted?
No, there are no details. We just found out just now. It was outside of the White House, this area right over here. And they'll have details for you in a little while. Somebody is taken to the hospital. It seems that the shooting was done by law enforcement at that person, at the suspect. It was the suspect who was shot. And this just took place. A couple of people outside. I noticed a man named John Roberts, who you know very well.
Yes.
He reported that he heard shots. He was outside and he heard 2 shots.
Mr. President, was this
I had
a threat towards you, sir?
We don't know yet. We don't know. They're going to find
Do you know
that
if the
out.
individual said anything, sir? Mentioned
We don't
your
know that
name,
yet,
anything
no.
like that? And
We
you
don't
can
know that
confirm
yet.
It was the Secret Service that did shoot this
It
suspect?
seems to be, yeah.
It seems to
It
be.
seems
Where were you taken, Mr. President? Were you taken to the bunker?
No, we're taking just out over to the Oval Office.
What did the Secret Service
What did
tell
they
you
tell
when
you
you
so
were
far?
outside of the room?
Just told me when he came up, you pretty much saw it like I did. He said, "Sir, could you please come with me?" So you were surprised. I was surprised also. I think it's probably pretty unusual. But very, very professional people. They do a fantastic job, as you know. So it seems to me, it seems to be from what I was said, there was a shooting. It was law enforcement shot someone, seems to be the suspect, and the suspect is now on the way to the hospital. I can't tell you the condition of the suspect. There was nobody else injured. There was no other law enforcement injured. And I just want to, I will get on to the press conference, but I do want to thank Secret Service. They are fantastic. The job they do.
Suspect armed? Do you know if he armed?
From what I understand, the answer is yes.
He was armed, Mr. President?
That's what I understand. I don't know. You'll have to ask them.
Do you know what type of weapon?
I don't know that,
Was
no.
it a male or a female
I
suspect?
don't know. You'll have to get, they'll have a detailed, maybe a briefing for you outside later.
Did they say anything against you personally? Mr.
I don't know. I didn't ask that question.
Was he
It might not have had anything to do with me. It might have been something else. But it was on the outside of the premises. The wall, as you know, the fencing, especially the new fencing that they put up, is very powerful. But it was on the outside of the White House. Okay? And they'll have a full report. Secret Service, in a little while, will have a full report.
Are you rattled by this at all, Mr. President?
I don't know. Do I seem rattled? It's unfortunate that this is a world, but the world's always been a dangerous place. It's not something that's unique. The world has been, you look back over the centuries, the world has been a dangerous place, very dangerous place, and it will continue, I guess, for a period of time.
Does this make you think differently about your personal safety inside the White House?
No, I feel very safe with the Secret Service. They're fantastic people. They're the best of the best, and they're highly trained. I don't know if anybody got to walk outside, but there were a lot of terrific-looking people ready to go if something was necessary. People at the highest level of law enforcement. There's nobody like these people. So they just wanted me to step aside for a little while just to make sure that everything was cleared outside, because it was right in this area. So
Why did you come back, Mr. President? Why did you decide after that? Because obviously it created a lot of commotion. What made you decide to come back and continue the briefing?
well, I didn't even think about not coming back. I said, am I able to go back? And they said, you'd have to wait a little while. I waited a little while, as you know, in the Oval Office area. And I said, can I get back now? And they said, yes. And they have a lot of fortification outside just in case, but it was one person. Okay?
You said the shooting was outside. How far away from the
Well,
White
they're
House?
going to be giving you a full briefing in a little while.
Far from the White House, or was it right in front
I
of
can
that
only
fence?
tell you they're going to give you a briefing. It was outside of the premises, near the fence, but outside of the
But it was near the
premises.
fence, so pretty
Near the
close to
fence,
here.
yeah, pretty close. So I was telling you that the Dow Jones and the S&P 500 are now 50% above the March level,